Buot ka ba mo choices, hindi o kapili.
I actually feel like nachos is good for the weather.
Hindi masulit guro kung magpizza ta. Oh, 400 lang and 8 slices.
Hindi kidya Nachos is cheaper and healthier.
Pero mas busog hindi ang pizza, Jer.
Hindi kidya
Enough! To settle this, why don't we just flip a coin? Clive, may coin ka? Why nako kwarta? House. Okay, here na lang
Is that really random though? Like, kung i-consider mo ang physics do ka predictable man lang sang flip?
Bao, pati diri pagid ya, Jer.
This episode of Life by the Numbers is called Does God Play Dice?
We've been introduced to the concept of probability since middle school, and through that, we learned the idea of randomness. That is, if we flip a coin, the chances of getting heads is 1/2 or 50% of the total possibilities. As Pierre Simon de Laplace put it in his analytic theory of probabilities, and as cited in Chapter 8 of Ian Stewart's book, Nature's Numbers, if data of all forces that animate nature were to be analyzed, we could condense the movement of the universe in a single formula, depicting that the future is completely determined by its present and all factors affecting it. Thus, we begin to see that the flip of a coin is not completely random, but only a product of the force of the throw, air resistance, spin, and angle. If we were knowledgeable enough of these factors as we flip the coin, we can predict its outcome.
This illustration gives a whole new meaning to randomness. Merely the lack of information. Stewart calls this deterministic predictability. Some events like flipping a coin, spinning a wheel, or throwing a disc look random, but they're actually governed by strict deterministic laws. Another example he gave was the dripping faucet. It starts with a steady rhythm, then becomes irregular. The drops may sound random to an observing ear, but in reality, the sequence follows the physical equations of fluid dynamics. With these said, we are led to view that the universe is in principle predictable. However, there are a number of scenarios in which this Laplacian determinism is inappropriate. We walk safely 1,000 times until one day we turn our ankle and break it. We go to a golf course and it is rained off by an unexpected thunderstorm.
These illustrate how life often defies neat prediction. For instance, in Newtonian mechanics, which predicts tides and weather, tiny changes in initial conditions grow into enormous differences over time. In addition, in quantum physics, randomness appears to be intrinsic. Uranium atoms decay unpredictably, and no deeper cause is known. Stewart emphasizes that this notion clashes with experience. Even though the laws of physics are deterministic, in practice, small measurement errors and varied starting conditions make perfect prediction impossible and chaotic.
God does not play dice with the universe, as Einstein said, indicating that the universe is fully deterministic. But while this is true for certain events, we know better to embrace randomness as a part of nature.
And what can we learn from this?
What I really liked about this chapter is how clear and engaging it is. Stewart takes really abstract concepts, chaos theory, probability, quantum randomness, and makes them easy to picture with relatable examples. I thought the dripping tap was especially brilliant. He also does a great job showing the difference between deterministic chaos, things that only look random, and true randomness like quantum mechanics. For a general audience, that's a powerful takeaway.
I agree, but I also think the chapter leaves some things underexplored. For instance, Stewart touches on quantum theory but doesn't really dive into the philosophical debate, like whether randomness is truly fundamental or whether we're just missing hidden variables. And while he celebrates the beauty of unpredictability, he doesn't really address the consequences. Chaos theory isn't just fascinating, it also affects climate systems, ecosystems, even the economy. A little more focus on real-world stakes would have made the chapter feel more complete.
To sum it up, Stewart shows that sometimes randomness is just hidden order, and sometimes it might really be fundamental.
It's a chapter that makes you rethink what random actually means.
And it's super accessible, which makes it easier for readers who aren't as deeply proficient in mathematics.
But it could have gone deeper implications, especially the practical and philosophical ones.
So, does God play dice? Maybe sometimes.
You think I'm retrospective of someone you used to know? I think it's indecision that leads us to far way to go. But you say it's not that way. Try to make amends, it'll never end.
Di po na, nandinig yan.
Hindi gusto ko dito siya. Ganito, dito wala niya lang.
Diin.
Sa inyo na.
Ano na.
Wala ko sa however.
Yun, ikaw na yun.
Amo ganito.